What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OMNI Network today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are on June 11th. The day is the 11th of June right now, and here we are sitting at about $2.29, breaking out of our upward sloping trend here, higher lows, right? Broke out of that. And I think generally, typically speaking, when you get these diagonal lines like this, breaking out, this is like a prime area to buy is what it is, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I'm not swayed by this. I don't think this is a bad thing at all. It didn't break out with a lot of volume. You didn't follow through at all. And really, it looks like you're getting set up for some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? You can see it here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder might be forming. Maybe you come down a little bit, but then you'll break out. Inverse head and shoulders patterns happen at the bottom of a downtrend, right? Which is exactly what this one's doing right now. And typically they have volume decaying as you're progressing through the pattern. The fact that volume's coming in here and we haven't broken out yet is a little bit strange, but I wouldn't say it's like a bad thing. Looking at this here on the 1 hour time frame, and we'll zoom out from there. The 1 hour time frame does look a little bit bearish. So that agrees with what I was just saying with that. You might come down a little bit before you start moving up higher, but I do expect that you will be moving up higher here pretty damn soon. You'll probably see a lower low. I'd expect to go below 222, but I don't think this will persist for too long. Maybe by the end of, nothing like that. Maybe by the end of today you're down here going into tomorrow. But over the coming days, maybe not even by the end of this week, but sometime next week, I would expect that you are moving up higher with the rest of the markets. Okay. Looking at this on, is this the best one to use? Let's just see. Hold on. I think so, right? Because that's its all-time history there. I think that is its all-time history. So yeah, we'll use Binance. Sure, yeah, we can use Binance. That's fine. If we're looking at this on the 4 hour time frame, the RSI also looks pretty damn bullish. The 1 hour says bearish temporarily, right? It's overall bullish. If we're looking at the 1 hour RSI, it really is bullish overall. Getting overbought like this, you can't even get oversold. You're living most of your life above the 50. There's good things going on here, okay? But it's just being boring right now, and you're in this range, so of course it's being boring right now. If we're looking at the 4 hour time frame, you're getting set up for your final push. But if we're looking at this here from a low to all these lows, connecting it like this, you could come down and still be bullish, right? You could come down to the 50 and be bullish, just a little bit more. You could go down a little bit further than that and be bullish, bounce off the 40 or something just above that. Maybe you wick below this line. It's okay if you break through this. It's not a big deal. The RSI can be flexible. But I would expect that the next drive up, wherever it might happen from, this low, this low, whatever, wherever it might come from, whenever you do make that next drive higher, you're probably going to get some readings like this or like this. And if you remember what happened back there, when you saw readings like this, you had a nice surge to the upside, and that's exactly what I think is coming your way. You'll probably, by the end of next week, be back around these highs. You're at $2.30 now. I would expect that you're a whole dollar higher, if not more. You never know, man. These things can really take a shape of their own, especially whenever you break out of something like this. You've got these higher lows coming up here, right? If you guys hear my daughter cheering, she's just having fun. Finding support, on this, whenever you break out of stuff like this, these fake outs cause capitulation, and then that's when the real move happens. So it really wouldn't surprise me if over the next couple of weeks you saw something that was larger than either of these moves here. But at the moment, by the end of next week, I am going to make the call. I think we'll stop somewhere around the highs here. That's my expectation. You'll get a nice pump up. You'll probably consolidate instead of reject like you did this time, and then you'll start to push higher. Then you will start to push higher going into the end of the month and going into July would be my expectation. You're going to see some phenomenal growth. Let's see. Looking at this here from the high, do we want the Binance high? Let's see. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. That's pretty close. Yeah, we'll take it. That's okay. High to low. Yeah. I like this. So I think that you will be moving up higher for sure. By the end of the month, we'd be looking at like $6.44, maybe something like that. Maybe even a little bit higher than that at $7. Going into July, we should be striving for prices that are, I don't know, man, potentially above $20. We might stop at that $37 to $26 zone by the end of July, which from the current price, yeah, man, that's like an 11x to a 16x. That would be what I expect. At a minimum, the golden ratio, right? At a minimum, the golden ratio. What would that do? That's about a 6x from here, 6 to 8x from here. So that's outperforming the average coin, and I can see that happening, right? Prior areas of resistance here, kind of got support there. It's the golden ratio. Maybe you do stop here. Don't get your head in the clouds with the 11x to 16x potential. It could happen. You never know. What's OMNI's market cap? It's pretty low, isn't it? Omni. You're at a $78 million market cap, pretty decent volume on a 24-hour basis even here. So I think that you do have a lot of potential. You might even grow more than this. You could see like 23x or more. You never know. But my thoughts are I would keep it between about 1466 to 3730. My impression would be something around 26 to 37 bucks is probably where you're going to go. If you look at this here, it's kind of like you've got this weird, very tightly wound up W pattern. And if you come all the way up, you probably do go just above this high. Oftentimes in these kind of scenarios, you will go all the way back up and even faster than you went down. And you'll go just above where it started from. So if we put those fibs back on there, just above it, that lines up very well with, I would say, something that's at like 15 bucks to 26 bucks, something like that. Maybe 37 bucks is off the table, but you never know. You never know. And then, of course, as the cycle goes on, 37 bucks is going to happen. New all-time highs will happen as well. I very much do expect that by the end of the cycle, at a minimum, you'll see $143. If not, man, I mean, you have a low enough market cap. You never know. You could see 478. You could reach all the way up to $1,200 if this thing gains the right traction, if it takes off. That kind of market cap, I've seen this level of growth happen plenty of times, and it only happens with coins at a market cap of this low that have something going for it. They got the right narrative, the right niche, the right hype and momentum behind them. You can definitely see some crazy stuff happen, but don't hold out for the 500x. I would definitely think that something between a 60x to a 212x are what I would consider. Something between 143 to 478 by the end of the cycle. That's my expectation personally, okay? I don't know what else to talk about. Right, we're at 229 now. Probably go just a little bit lower from here, just a little bit, but nothing too crazy, right? I bet you find support at like 220, 225, and really you're gonna continue to move up over the days to come. At the lowest, maybe you go down to like $2.18, nothing too crazy. But then again, next week, end of this week, going into the end of the month in July, that's when the fireworks really start to fly. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. As I normally say, do your own research, right? If any of this interests you, if you want to look into Omni Network, you like the market cap, you like the volume, you like the charts. I mean, the chart's pretty bad if we're looking at it honestly, but it's new. It's a brand new chart, so give it some slack, right? From a high to a low, it's dropped a lot. You're still down over 90%. If you believe, like I do, that this thing can go to new all-time highs, then you're essentially, rest assured, getting a 10x or more, actually. From a 95% drop, that's even more than a 10x, right? Let's see, what would that be? It's like a 23x, yeah. And if you think it's going to see new all-time highs like I do, then you're essentially saying you've got a guaranteed 25x or more from here. The average coin's expected to do a 25x by the end of the cycle. This thing's probably going to outperform the average coin between now and the end of the cycle, so that's my expectation at least, but there was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Do your own research. Read the white paper. Go on the website. Do as much research as you can before you make an investment. Don't just hear what I have to say and then blindly buy. Please do your own research. I've got nothing else for you guys. Thank you all for being here. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.